This jacket's too tight. I can't move.
Oh, I love that jacket. That's so cute.
I love
Where's
your
that
vest.
from? Really?
Blank NYC.
This is literally from Kinesia. You know who like styled me before you, who I love? This is like shopped her closet and bought this.
I mean, it's a great vest.
Thanks.
Very edgy.
Thanks.
Sarah likes to be described as edgy.
I know. Well, do I? You guys, welcome to the Hey Frase pod. It is Monday. You are totally live with us. We are live here in studio. AJ is here, the producer of the show. Luis is here as well. He is doing all of our digital content creation since Leslie has moved on to La Nuestra Bella y Univision. So she's...
That was French, that was Spanish, that was Italian. I don't know.
Well, whatever it was. So she's no longer here. So Luis does all that. And then, of course, our amazing interns are in-house. Simona is here. Jake is here. Yes, I just said I'm feeling like the most relaxed ever. Now that like everybody, I'm such a control freak. So it's like nice to, I'm just really letting go.
Which is interesting because you never get mad at anybody. Like you're pretty chill. Maybe it's
I'm
all
internally
internal.
raging. Yeah, I'm internally raging.
She's internally screaming. Okay, now I'm really scared. Whenever she's like a little bit off the edge, I know she's internally screaming at me.
No, not at all. No, I always tell people I worked in an environment where you lived on pins and needles. I worked for a tyrant. It was no
Not
one
healthy.
ever wanted to be there. It was awful. I had raging IBS. Then I gained a bunch of weight. It was just so toxic. So now I'm always like, you know what? Were any of those moments worth like making everyone feel like shit? No. So now I'm just like, you know what? It's fine. If something didn't get mailed out correctly, we'll correct it. It's all good. We don't need to lose our shit and throw trash cans. That
Now
was like
I know
my
the
former
reference.
worker environment.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's actually crazy. What's the craziest thing you've done? One time you were like, AJ, we're 5 minutes late. And that was like the craziest thing ever. I was like, oh shit, now I know she pissed.
I do get really mad. I really am like, let's start on time. Anyhow, today we were literally all sitting here 20 minutes before the 12:30 mark.
Yeah.
We were ready to go. You guys, welcome to Monday. So many of you are on the Facebook page. Be sure to share this Facebook page on your page, perhaps, or on a friend who's never heard of us. Lynn is on. And Lynn wants to know, is Leslie doing well in the competition? Okay, Lynn, we're trying to figure this out too, because I don't know. I guess I saw a post last night. All right, I've been seeing posts for a week. And she's on this Univision show, which I believe is the equivalent of essentially like America's Next Top Model or
Yes.
America's Got Talent, I think. But it's only for women who I think want to become Univision television hosts.
Exactly. That's like the prize, which goes, of course, which leads on to like a million different opportunities. But that's the basis. Yeah.
So my understanding from reading, because everything that she posts and everything that La Nuestra Bella y Univision posts is in Spanish. So I don't... Is that right?
No, actually, that was a lot better than their first try, so I'll give you props.
Is it even La Nuestra Bella Univision? Okay.
But I thought it was like
I don't even think that's it.
Belleza.
Well, she did it in a complete American accent, which is okay.
Okay.
So my understanding from trying to read the translations is all the women competed. Leslie revealed, that she was born unisex. That story went viral. She was on a number of Univision talk shows. And then, from what I can gather, 10 girls go to this mansion in Miami, this like home, I guess.
Right.
And they all live, and then they do competitions every week, and then someone is voted out of the house.
Yes.
So I gather that maybe like 8 of the women were voted in via social media, who had the most social media likes or something on a picture they put up. And then there was the Sequenda Chance,
Yes.
which I think is second chance contest for Leslie and another woman. And they had to get the most votes possible on Instagram, on an Instagram picture, and then on Univision's app. So I'm desperately sorting through this goddamn app that I don't understand anything. It's Sequenda, it's La Centra, it's all these things. It's Spanish, and I understand that. I know that it's my ignorance. It's not theirs. But I could hardly get until I find like Leslie, and then I just like. But then she put up a post last night that I think said she didn't get it. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, basically, you're right. Every time
I'm really depressed.
Well, we thought she had like a lot of likes on the Instagram picture, so we're like, oh, she's a shoo-in. Like this is 100%.
Yeah.
But then something she did made a post last night that was like, thank you for the opportunity. So we're thinking that maybe it didn't work out, and we're gonna have her on the show. I'm hoping to have her talk about it.
But I think what we don't know now is maybe they're all at the mansion, and she has to stay at the mansion or something throughout
Oh, for
think.
like
I don't
NDA,
know.
for like purposes of like keeping it private.
Yeah, maybe. If you guys know the show La Nuestra Bella y Univision, I would love for you to weigh in on Facebook.
In all fairness, Sarah, we are doing you a disservice because you do work with 2 Hispanic speakers, so you should be a pro at this by now.
Honestly.
Yeah, but
And
you guys
with
don't
Leslie
really
was 3.
speak Spanish, right?
Luis is fluent, right?
You are?
No.
Oh,
wait,
it's because I've never heard Luis speak Spanish in my entire life.
Oh, I really thought he was. La nuestra belleza.
When I
What's that mean?
It's belleza is like beauty, our beauty.
Oh, belleza is so it's La
Belleza.
Nuestra Belleza.
Yes.
Oh shit! Well, why didn't you tell me that 5 minutes ago? I've been
laughing.
saying La
I just kept
Nuestra
laughing at you.
Bella.
I know. That's why I was laughing at Luis. I thought you were going to correct her, and then he said nothing.
Okay, so look, we have so much to get to, by the way, on this show. Last night, we were testing our show on Mix 107.3. If you haven't heard the Hey Frase podcast, we're putting a version of it on Mix 107.3 from 9 to 11 p.m. A lot of people are like, oh, you guys have returned to radio. We hope, but basically, we and 107.3 kind of want to test the show, see if we like it, see if we like that time slot. So nothing's like confirmed, but as for now, we're on 9 p.m.s on Mix 107.3 on Sunday nights. So last night, I put up a picture that's of me at the step and repeat that you had taken, AJ. And I had gone under there and I said, tonight, tune in at 9 o'clock because what would you do? If you've been dating a man for 6 years, you've broken up a couple of times, gotten back together, then he buys you an engagement ring. 2 months later, he calls off the engagement, blocks you on all social media, wants nothing to do with you. You move on with your life for 7 months, and then boom, he comes back into the picture, and he's like, I want you back. Only you take care of my daughter. Nobody else does. I will do anything. I will go to therapy. You're the one. Do you take it back? And mind you, prior to this, 6 years, you've been on and off. So apparently people read that, and I think it's because I posted a picture of myself as my story. So I have gotten inundated this morning with, poor Dan, right? Like we made a pact not to say anything negative about him on this show, and now people are trashing him left and right online. Did Dan do this to you? Like I just got this message from this guy, right? Okay.
No, because they're ready to pick you right up at any sign of like being single. They're like swooping in right now. This is what this is.
After I put this picture up, he goes, Sarah, this is on my Instagram last night. It's probably time to sit down and have a heart to heart. See where the both of you are headed. What is that both of you want? Most importantly, Sarah, you need to be happy. Genuinely. I hope it works out for you, Sarah. If not, Primetime in Fairfax has half-price burgers on Monday. Ha ha ha.
So he's basically saying if it doesn't work out, well, you can come on a date with me and we're going to get burgers.
I'm like, guys, it's not my story. It was Chrissy who was on this podcast last week with Paul Warden. Actually, it might have been 2 weeks ago now. She's been a long time listener to the show. We told you the story. She and her man went and bought a Mervis diamond, the whole thing. This is her story. And we talked about it last night on Mix 107.3. And the overwhelming response is that she should not give him a second chance. And I tend to agree with that, but I do think everybody has this like inherent thing to like learn on their own.
I know. She probably will take him back and then realize again that it was the wrong choice, and then they'll break up again. So never take him back.
I hope she doesn't take him back. 7 months, you've really moved on.
Like, you've done work to move on. You've dated other people. Don't fucking go back. Like, that's not, no.
He like blocked her on social media. He like wanted nothing to do with her.
He has a kid.
He's got a kid. So he separates.
This is not a bad thing, but I'm just saying. I said that like it was a bad thing. But like, you've already taken care of his kid. You've already like opened yourself up, your heart, and then he just broke it into pieces. So no, don't take his ass back.
Anyway, so no, it wasn't about me, but thank you for the nice messages. I even got one from my cousin. Oh my God, is this Dan? I'm like, I think if I had been living separately for Dan for 7 months, I would have told everybody. But
you guys would know. Didn't you go? You had a really great weekend together.
We did. Dan and I went to Snallygaster's DC Beer Fest. My man is a huge craft beer drinker.
Are you a craft beer drinker?
I am now. I wasn't, but now I'm super into. I love an IPA.
You're an IPA.
Yeah.
Hoppy?
I'm a little hoppy, but not like too hoppy. I'm not like extra hops. Some of them are extremely.
No, I'm not about that.
I'm not really into that.
All right, give a little hop.
I'm not into the lagers. Dan's kind of into the lager, which are the darker beers. I'm not huge, and they can be very sweet or taste like chocolate. I'm not huge into that, but he is. So we went and we had a great weekend. And Dan was in rare form.
He was in rare form?
He'd had several. He had been craft beer drinking most of the afternoon.
Oh, we love that.
And he went to Michigan State. So he's always like any sort of University of Michigan person that he sees. He's always like yelling to them. I guess he's giving them a hard time because what I gather is University of Michigan and Michigan State are like rivals.
Oh, I know what you're saying now. The other team. Okay.
Right. So then he's always, because I always used to go, oh, hon, like there's a Michigan State or a University of Michigan person. He's like, I went to State. I was like, oh, okay, well, sorry.
They're different. Oh, my.
Oh, and I think you can't say Michigan because I think Michigan is University of Michigan and State is Michigan State.
So what do you call it? Mich State or something? You just say State.
Now you have to say State, or Michigan State. I go,
all right.
Okay.
So Dan got drunk. You guys had drunk sex.
Yeah, it was awesome. We had a great weekend. So we had just like a drunk sex weekend. It was great. Well, I was. I can't,
Can't speak for Dan,
right.
but you think it was
I'm supposed to be saying positive things. So we had a great time. We were down at Snallygaster's, and I put a picture up too. I mean, honest to God, there was this guy there that was completely Justin Timberlake, ramen noodle, blonde hair, all in a jean outfit. It was full on denim, like when Justin Timberlake went to the MTV Music Awards with Britney Spears. It was crazy.
Let me get this picture up.
Yeah, pull up that picture. But anyway, no, we had a great time. And I do have to say, I was a little tipsy myself. And then I forced Dan to take like 1,000 photos of me.
Yes.
To the point that a couple came over and the wife was like, hey, do you need my help? Would you like me to take the photo of you? Because I see that Dan seems to be struggling.
No, but Dan, all these pictures are so good. I was going to say, who's the photographer behind this? It's Dan.
Dan. Yeah, he took all the pictures. But
Really
I think,
impressed.
I don't know, but I feel like
Really
I'd had
impressed.
too many beers by now, so I was like, I don't think you're doing it right.
Meanwhile, Dan's like, yes, give it to me, Sarah. Be sassy.
Right. So then Dan always wants me to react like a genuine smile. So sometimes he'll say things to me like cheesy things like, all right, now be sassy. And I'll be like, I'll like do some sassy thing. So this couple heard this whole thing and the woman was like, to Dan, she was like, could you give my husband some tips on how to take pictures? Because my husband doesn't even know where portrait mode is. And I was like, oh God, that's 101. But I think to myself, there's a lot of women watching this. Their husbands have no idea what portrait mode is and how important it is on the phone.
It completely changes the picture if you didn't know.
Changes your life. It's basically like free Botox. Why aren't you using it?
It illuminates your whole entire face. Everybody else is blurred behind you because the only thing you really want to see is Sarah's face. Like, fuck everybody else behind me. All I want to see is my face. But I pulled up the picture of Justin Timberlake. So literally that is JT back circa JT and
oh my
Britney
God,
Spears.
there he was. Bye, bye, bye.
Denim. Like,
Denim.
Look at the frosted tips on this. I'm not well.
Oh, the people watching at Snallygaster's DC was epic. I mean, the amount of hipsters and like, I don't know, just all the women like in their like boots.
Oh,
and
yeah.
like here I am fucking freezing. I've got like 18 jackets on and this homemade hat. I'm like, the fuck? I look like a hodgepodge of shit. Like if you're not styling me,
You
AJ,
fit right in.
No, I don't.
Hodgepodge.
No, I looked like absolutely out of place. I look like a mom who lost her kid. Like it was terrible. I don't care.
Oh my God. Wait, let me pull up some more pictures of you and Dan because you guys had like such a cute little. Oh, wait. Can we talk about the baby and the man?
Okay, now this is a reason to have a child. When I was at Snallygaster's, there was this guy there who was dressed as a German beer dude. Then he dressed his kid exactly like him. I thought to myself, now that's why you have a child.
Literally
He's
to dress him up as yourself.
There's so many good, and by the way, there's so many good baby stories on this show today because I'm obsessed with the like 5-month-old baby that started rolling down the hill and the mom had to like run down and catch it. It was so good. Like I can only pray the epic moments like this happen. Like, would it be weird if I dressed like my kid like this?
Now, what would you be dressing up as?
That's a great question.
Like for Halloween, Sarah wants to be the chubby influencer. So we have to get your baby the chubby influencer outfit.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, when we have a kid, I've already told Dan we're going to go as different birds. Like he's going to be the Papa Owl and I'm going to be a peacock and then our baby's going to be a flamingo and we're going to be birds of a feather. Like flock together. Oh my God. Why birds? Why birds? Just because one time on Pinterest, I saw this little girl dressed up as a flamingo and I thought it was the cutest fucking thing I'd ever seen. Like that's to me why I want kids. Like just to dress them up. And
obviously.
I love Instagram now where they put like the little hats on the girls, like the little like, I don't know, whatever. They wrap their head in something. I'm like, no, these are cute.
I know what you're talking about. Like a little hair sarong.
Yes.
They don't have any hair.
Yes. Anyway, that was my weekend. Let's talk about you. Because how about, okay, speaking of birds, who on this show has a boyfriend who showers with their birds? Okay, yeah, It's not me.
All right. I need to take a moment of silence for Iggy Smalls. My boyfriend. I'm trying to be another person because I can't even admit that this is me. That my boyfriend showers
This is my favorite
first.
thing. I get a text from you over the weekend that goes, "Oh, I have a personal story," because basically we had show prep on the show all the time, right? So over the weekend, you were at like some fall festival, right?
Yeah. We just went to like a big pumpkin patch fall festival type of thing. So, but then, right before we were like all getting ready to go, and I hear like squawking in the bathroom. My boyfriend has 2 birds. He had them before we started dating. I didn't know they were his birds. And then all of a sudden he moves to DC and in his apartment he has 2 birds. I'm like, what the hell are these birds? And he's like, oh, I have 2 cockatiels. I was like, I didn't know. You didn't tell me. And now we have 2 birds.
But over the weekend, you sent me a photo of him in the shower. First of all, your boyfriend is smoking hot. Like,
doesn't even look hot here.
Oh my God. If you guys are not on our Facebook Live, which we do, which you can always get later on Hey Frase podcast Facebook page, her boyfriend's arm right now, I'm like dying. And he's got this
It could be better.
What's this eagle tattoo he's got going on? That's so hot.
So he has 3 huge tattoos.
Oh,
it's
God.
like, and that one is on his chest. I don't even know what it stands for. It's like the emblem of America. I don't know. He's in the military.
Oh, well, that's some fucking American pride right there. We will.
Doesn't his bird look like American Eagle?
These 2 birds are on his shoulder in the goddamn shower, and one looks like it's mounting the other bird. What is happening?
Okay, so I hear chirping in the bathroom. I'm like, what the fuck? Is he showering with his bird? Like, things have gotten so weird. And he's already obsessed. Like, he feeds his birds through his mouth. It's weird. It's weird. Now like, I've already been with him. I've been with him for 2 years. At this point, I'm like, okay, like, what else is going to be new? So anyways, he goes in the shower. The whole bird is like flapping his wings, and now he's going to be showering with his bird forever. Like, he now discovered that the bird likes to shower, and he's going to be showering with the bird.
But here's my thing, AJ. Did these things like fly around? What do they do?
Like, in general?
Yeah. Like, do they fly around in the shower?
Yeah. No. They just that one just sits on his shoulder and just squawks in his ear and messes with his like whole body and like gets water everywhere like a psychopath.
And I love working with you because just when I'm like down and out about Dan, then you pop into my text with this, and I'm like, well, you know what?
By the way, my boyfriend showers with his birds. And I got really pissed at him because I feel like he does nothing for our relationship when really I'm just like petty and mean. But so I come in and I'm a big cheese plate.
It's just that's like most relationships.
Yeah.
Really, women, I've really figured this out as I have gone through my own highs and lows all the time with my relationship, and I tell you about them.
I text you when I'm down and you're like, guess what Dan did? We just shit on our boyfriends over you.
It's so hard though because men and women are totally different.
I know.
It is. It's like, I think that's the thing. And I love reading articles where people are like, you know what? If you want your relationships to survive, lower your expectations.
All right. Also,
so now I have like 0.
I didn't text you about this, but I had a sex dream about us.
This is horrible. What? Why are we having sex dreams about each other? Oh my God. What if we end up being gay and like we end up together? Your mom, your parent,
I would be I would be excommunicated from the house. The small amount of money I receive for my birthday, that would be gone. The inheritance that doesn't exist, wouldn't get it anyways. Okay.
Oh my God, I love it.
So
what happened?
I woke up in a fury, like my whole face was like sweating. I was like, oh my God. And you guys know, if you listened to the podcast before, Sarah has already had a sex dream about me, but it wasn't
completely.
like us touching. It was her
vibrating myself on my bed while you were styling me. It was the most embarrassing thing ever. And I was like, I need to stop and wake up, but I just didn't.
No, you're like, I should probably stop masturbating. And you're just like moaning. And I'm like, how about this shirt? This is cute.
I was like, fabulous. It was just like.
All right, so this one is, we went to a live show and we had to like fly a plane out. I don't know. It was in like middle America. I don't know where the show was. And we're in the hotel room and you're like, hey, can you just come to my room real quick, like after the show? And you're like, we need to style outfits for tomorrow. And I was like, oh, totally normal. Okay, it's like 11 p.m. after like Sarah has had 2 margaritas.
That's
She's
red flag
wasted.
number 1. I'm never up at 11.
Exactly.
That's red flag 1.
So I'm like going through her suitcase and she all of a sudden she's like laying on the bed and she just like opens her shirt to one of her tits and she's like, AJ, have you ever messed around with a girl before? And I was like, no.
Are you sure this was
I
me?
swear. Who the fuck else would it be? What other female do I hang out literally every day with? You know what? Just you can't hang out with a person so much because you start having like it gets into your psych. What is it called?
Your psyche,
yes. And so now we're having sex dreams about each other. So anyways, I got up on the bed because like Sarah's my boss. So I was like,
sure.
I was like, okay. So like I like started like massaging her breast and like I'm like turned on by breasts, not in a weird way, but just like only big breasts. So like only if they're like if I'm at like a drag show or like a tit show, like I'll be like, oh, that's hot, like big boobs. But Sarah's tits were not as big as I prefer.
This is completely
so
right.
I was like, am I doing it right? And I was like looking away. I was like, how is it? And she's like, that's nice. Let's move on to the other one. And at that time, that's when I woke up. I was like, oh my God. Like, okay. So,
this is my favorite dream. Oh my God. Well, I mean, not like really, like, not like, God.
This is gonna, I'm having a future, like I'm having a premonition. Don't ever ask me to touch your boobs. I'm not going to do it.
Well, let me tell you, that's not going to make our Mix 107.3 show. That will not make the cut.
All right. So I had a sex dream about you. My boyfriend's showers with birds.
Oh my God, I feel like, oh, has it been an hour? I mean, I need a drink and a cigarette. That was like a lot. That was so. Oh my God, I love you. Wow.
All
okay.
Right. And with that.
Wow. And now we got to look each other in the eye. That's always like the weirdest thing. That was like the weirdest part after I had the sex dream about you. It was like coming in and look. I know it's got really hot in here. Oh my God.
Got really hot in here.
Okay, look, we have so much we have so many other things. I'm like, so like, I can't even talk. We have a ton of stuff to get to. Also, Luis on the show wants to know if it's acceptable to hit on people at the gym. 100%. Speaking of sex, the best article came out from over the weekend on medium.com about a woman writing like enough with all these straight couples on Tinder wanting a threesome. Like with another woman. Like you guys are pathetic and enough of the bullshit. And she basically is arguing. I want to know what your thoughts are on this because I feel like you have some freaky friends.
Oh, I do. I'm only friends with freaks. And then I'm like the prude of the group.
This woman basically argues that no straight woman really wants to have a threesome with another woman ever. That they're basically just doing it to try to appear hotter for the guy.
Yes.
So I'm obsessed with that story. And then we also have to talk about the video that's going viral of the baby rolling down the hill that can only be 4 months old. It's so epic. This would completely be me. And not one person, one person even flinches.
No, nobody moves. Everybody just stares at the baby like, who's going to get that?
And then we have to talk about what your personality says about your sex lifestyle.
I'd rather not talk about sex with you anymore, but okay. If we must.
Too bad. All right, let's get to some of our sponsors. We have some amazing sponsors for today's show. Dr. Mintz, we absolutely love him. He is located at Wildwood Medical Center in Bethesda, Maryland, and he is a certified medical marijuana doctor. For $250, you can go see him. If you have been suffering from chronic pain, migraines, anxiety, depression, medical marijuana could seriously be the solution for you. It's not addictive. Also, they match you with the perfect strand based on what's going on in your life. And not only that, but one of the great things about medical marijuana is lots of times it doesn't interfere with other medications. Dr. Mintz is also a concierge doctor. That means he offers free meet and greet for those who are interested in his concierge primary practice service, which means once you subscribe to his service, if you want the concierge part, you get access 24/7 to a doctor. You can go to drmintz.com or call 855-MINTZ-MD. We've had a lot of people go in for his medical marijuana. $250 one time. That's all you need. And then he gets you certified in Maryland to have a medical marijuana license. And of course, you deal with your pain. BioClarity, we love them. I just used their mask over the weekend. Now you can enhance your daily BioClarity skin care routine with one of BioClarity's new face masks. The BioClarity mask pore purifier evens skin tone and texture and shrinks the appearance of pores, and it won't over dry your skin. Very important. They also have the hydrating mask, which is better known as the Glow Getter. That's the one that I use. Packed with plant power, this Glow Getter mask will give your skin a quick pick-me-up. It's like getting a facial in a flash. Get started on healthier habits with your skincare. Just go to bioclarity.com. As you know, Hey Frase listeners get 15% off their entire first purchase, plus shipping is free when you buy a routine. And it comes with a 100% risk-free money-back guarantee, which why not try it? The best part is why we partnered with BioClarity is their price points are amazing. They have products in the $20 range, in the $30 range. Your skincare should not break the bank. But you need to enter my code FRASE, Frase. That's bioclarity.com and enter my code Frase. I also love them. They're 100% vegan, paraben free, all the things that are super important. And Dash, we've partnered with Dash all the month of October. Dash is the District Alliance for Safe Housing here in Washington, D.C. They're the largest safe housing provider for survivors of domestic violence and their families in D.C. Please make a donation. You can go to dashdc.org. But more importantly, all month long, we're running a campaign, Denim Against DV, which local businesses pick a day in October to encourage employees to wear denim and donate $5 to Dash. So all you have to do is use the hashtag Dash when you do it, and then we're going to be picking one office at random to come and give you a cupcake party. Also, be sure to tag at @dash_DC. And for helping escape domestic violence, you can go to dashdc.org. The best part about that organization is doesn't matter your circumstances, they help pay for everything to get you out of an abusive situation. So all those things, super important. Okay, AJ. All right, I want to ask you, why don't we play this? A couple of videos that I want to do. First of all, I love, you guys send me so many great videos that we find. So in Maine, Grant, our listener over the weekend, had sent me this, that there's a woman in Maine, which that's my home state where I'm from. I grew up in Wiscasset, Maine. Now is selling jewelry made out of moose crap. For real. Did you see this? Isn't it disgusting?
No. My first question was, Sarah, is this your mom? Your mom is very crafty, and I feel like she would be all about this, making like moose poop. She's also like the most innovative person. Like the next job opportunity, she's like, I'm there.
Well, my mom did used to make a thing called goat tea, which was goat shit made into water and that was fertilizer. And then she would sell it as like in containers, and she would call it goat tea.
People ate the shit up.
Loved it.
See, this is what I'm saying. I feel like this is so your mom.
It is, but she just got tired of scooping up all the goat shit.
I can see
but this woman has no problems. Apparently,
Sarah, I'm tired of cleaning up poop.
Okay, let's play a little clip. I want to hear this. I want to.
The possibility of running into a wandering bear or wildcat, but with a little ingenuity, you can make a living off the natural resources available right now.
Can you?
AKA poop.
There's a lot going on at this Somerville home. There are 2 adults, 3
oh my
kids,
God.
more than 60 animals, including some fish, and a whole bunch of moose turds.
Moose turds.
Mary Winchenbach runs
Mary
Turdy Works.
Winchenbach.
First of all, Mary Winchenbach is totally Maine. She's got like basically a shaved head.
Crap. Everyone goes to the bathroom, so everyone can relate to that. And the terms that I use to name these products are everyday terms that, people are used to hearing and stuff. So it just you just try to, combine
Turdy
the two
Works.
to come up with something
Turdy Works.
halfway decent that's funny, For example, the first thing that we make now, instead of a cuckoo clock, see, this is a poo-poo clock. So what we did see is we took them turds and we crammed them in between the number there, so that's 130, 230, 330.
That's just one of many products she offers.
Now, what we do is we
real? Oh my God, what is
depending
this?
upon the shape of them middle turds right there, we can do them with big boobs or guts or butts or long legs or short legs. See, because there's no 2 turds that are ever alike. You ever seen the 2 turds alike?
Guess not.
No.
Half the battle is getting her product, but to do
Okay, you know how I have Andrea Lopez impressions?
Yes.
This is my next impression. It's going to be Turdy Works. Every 2, no poop turd is alike.
You have got to do this and basically get some. You've got like a little wiener dog. Get it shit, dehydrate it, and make your own wiener turds. I mean, come on.
This is a 30 clock. 130, 230, 330. What is wrong with her? I love her.
That's just her main accent.
No, she's great. Is there any more to this?
that, she doesn't have to travel far.
The turds are all local. We just go out and track the moose, and wherever
this
the moose
story
are, they're going
real?
to take a crap. And I have found that when a moose takes a dump, you walk about 50 yards in any direction, and they take another dump.
Very simple.
This is what I found from my
And
my
when a moose
studies.
takes a dump, they'll crap out between 200 and 400 turds every time they take a crap. So it's like I get $5 a turd for these things. So I get jumping right up and down. I get excited when I see a turd.
Since going viral, she doesn't know what her next local stop will be, but she's upping her game with a new Turdy Works Facebook page to peddle her poop.
Get on there, and that's all my turds are on that page right there with the prices. And
She
click
said
on them, and then
14
get to me
million
and let me
views.
know what you need for turds, and I ship everywhere.
Okay. You know what? Mary Turchin Watch. What's her name?
Winchenbach.
Witchenbach.
Oh my God, from my home state.
So I
love
pulled
that
up some
so much.
pictures of
Of what, her jewelry? I want to see it. I want to order.
Now, it may not be like her jewelry, but it's just like poop on jewelry. So in case you guys would be interested in any of these.
Yeah, she makes jewelry out of dehydrated moose turds. Oh, those look really good. By the way, wow.
You would wear this, Sarah?
Yeah, actually, that looks like a stone. How does she make that shit look that good?
It's like glassed or like glazed over.
That looks really good. Oh, okay. That's disgusting. That looks like some beans that have been like glazed over. Okay, I don't think so. And I'm sorry, but that chain looks like it's going to turn your fucking wrist green.
Green.
Okay, what are these?
That's turd earrings.
Oh God, no.
I feel like you can see.
And basically, a mouse or a moose turd is just like a lot of grass. Ugh, no.
It's like manure.
Mary.
It's manure. You're wearing manure earrings.
I did message her to be on the show. She said that she's got such a high demand. She's super busy.
Sorry, Sarah. I'm so high demand. I can't.
I know. I said, could you make us a microphone out of moose turds? She didn't write back.
I feel like she'd be all about that. What?
She said,
did you say you're from Maine?
Yeah, she said she's overwhelmed though with deliveries.
I'm sorry, but like, how does this happen?
Look, I feel like New Englanders are creative people. They really are. I mean, who knew? The other video that I'm loving that is going viral is the moment that the baby rolls down a hill. This video is so great. This baby can only be like maybe 5 months old. It's at a sporting event, and it's at the National Rugby Championship, and a woman is there with a group of people. They're all sitting on blankets, and they're on like a hill incline. And then all of a sudden, the baby, how old do you think that kid is? Like, you used to babysit. I don't really know kids.
That's probably a 6-month-old baby. From what I can tell, my expertise, 6-month-old baby.
You're sitting there like getting ready to watch the game. And then all of a sudden the baby starts tumbling down the hill, but it doesn't go once, twice roll. It like goes like 8 rolls. Like, okay, hit that tape. I need
Roll
to
the
see
tape.
this. Roll the tape.
Oh
my God. And then the mom like sits down.
Let's get a replay. First it hits its face on her shoe, and then she's like kind of overweight a little bit, so she's like takes her forever to get up.
Oh my God.
I wasn't saying she was overweight. I just feel like she like responded too slowly for that.
This is the best. And the baby's casually rolling away. Epic.
Boy.
Going viral.
So that's going to be you as a mom, pretty much.
Absolutely. Are you kidding? I mean, but how great was that? And aren't you supposed to, at 6 months, you still have to worry about their neck, or is the neck like developed?
Neck is developed.
Sort
I
of.
would still get worried. It probably has like a huge dent on its face from her foot. None of the other moms did it. They're like, oh, and then everybody's laughing when the baby comes back up. She's like, oh, got him. She also sat on his face almost.
Oh my God, it was so epic.
It was a close call for that baby today.
It really was. Also, Pete Davidson and Ariana Grande have called it quits. Is anyone surprised?
It's hashtag Splitsville.
Are you at all shocked?
No, I called that. I was like, I saw them, they got engaged. I was like, oh, this is a joke. If they actually got married, I would have enjoyed it even more.
I guess after they did the whole covering up each other's tattoos, I was like, that's probably it for them.
$100,000 for the engagement ring.
Really? Actually, I think that's kind of low end for her. She's like uber rich, isn't she?
Well, you know what? Pete is not exactly at her point right now. So I think Pete was kind of going out on a limb being like, I only make SNL salary, Ariana.
Yeah, that's true. Wow. I really thought these kids, I mean, they seemed to fall so madly in love. They were all about the engagement. I wonder how they came to their senses.
It's a fast love, Sarah.
That's too bad, because I feel like this was the peak of his career and he didn't even really get to enjoy it. Like it was only like maybe like a summer.
Well, this ruined it for him. Hey, not here for a long time, only a good time. Now, Justin Bieber and
Haley Baldwin.
Hey, they made it past. I'm really proud of them.
Well, past what? I guess they got
Past
married,
these
but
two.
then all right.
I was thinking like who was gonna split first. But it's Dunzo, Ariana, and Pete.
I was kind of surprised when I saw that last night, and people were like, "She better give back the ring." Who gives back? Like, why?
You don't give back the ring. You pawn that shit and you go buy a new car.
Would you? But then people that like sparked a whole debate on my Twitter. People were like, "You better give back the ring. You always give back the ring if he wants it back." You do? I think it depends on like what I've been through.
That went down the wrong tube. Danny Starr did not give the ring back. She went and sold the ring and then bought a house.
But they were married though. Like, remember? So
you're
like,
saying engagement.
Yeah, like engagement. So if you never get married, do you have to give the engagement ring back? Right?
I
What would you do?
engaged once upon a time, and I never.
Luis,
got
I'm
married.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You
Why
were
are you
engaged?
just now telling us this?
I
That
don't
should have
know. It
been
never just came
day
out.
one.
Because
What?
it happened when I was like 21. I was super young.
Oh my God. Give us the scoop. Okay, so what happened? You gave her a ring.
Okay, well, I gotta say, I was kind of forced into this engagement.
Was it an arranged marriage? What
There's
was going on?
layers.
No,
to
no,
this
no,
story.
no. After like a year of dating, she like wanted to like get married. She wanted to move in together and everything, and she just like threw the biggest. She pretty much said for our wedding anniversary, I want to get engaged or it's over. So I went and bought like a $300 ring because I was like 21 at the time.
Like, look, this is all I got, yo.
I told her it was a lot more than that, but that's,
of course,
yeah.
We never disclose the full price.
Exactly. So, and then after we broke up, after like 3 years, I asked her, "So what happened to the ring?" She was like, "Oh, I lost it." Yeah, right.
Well, just how you lied about the price, she lied about whereabouts of
it
the
all
ring.
comes full circle.
It all comes full circle. Karma.
Wow. A lot of people, by the way, on the Facebook page have said that they've pawned theirs. Make sure you get engaged on a holiday, birthday, Christmas, so it's considered a gift and you get to keep it. # life pro tip. That's a really good idea because then it's your gift. Claire says, I pawned my engagement ring for $15. Got $15 for it. And then she's like, oh, so annoying.
All you got was 15?
Yeah, well, I mean, rings are, yeah. Maybe she means $150. Not sure.
Oh, 50.
It says 15 on Facebook. Well, 15, you know, I mean, hey, then at least you know what you're dealing with. I don't know that I would give it back, though.
Well, you were engaged to before.
I was. Actually, but I never even put the ring on. Like, Ariana Grande wore the ring. He asked me repeatedly, and I repeatedly said no over a weekend of hell.
You should have repeatedly said yes, taken the ring, broke up, and gone to the pawn shop.
You know, okay, I got to say, I was saying to people online last night, like, oh, I'm keeping the engagement ring.
Yes.
Which I feel like I would if Dan and I were engaged and then Dan called off the engagement. Well, actually, we don't know who called off the engagement. All right, I'm a pussy. I probably would give it back. But no, the guy that asked me, it was like his grandmother's ring. So I was like, I can't take this ring.
If family is involved, it gets a little bit more serious, but...
Claire says no, literally $15. She got $15 for it. All right, well, Claire, now you know. At least you knew what he was up to, I guess, or like... Not that it's about the money. I mean, it's not really about the money.
It's always about the money.
Anyhow, I thought that was kind of fascinating. The medium.com article that I was talking about, I feel like if you like to get down the rabbit hole of like people's opinions, I'm obsessed with this article. It essentially says, the title of it is fuck all you straight Tinder couples looking for threesomes. And the writer basically says that she's tired of going on to Tinder and dating sites where you have a straight woman and a so-called straight guy asking for a threesome experience. She says no straight women ever want to do this. And here I thought this was really fascinating. She says the reason I know that straight women never want to do this is because she says straight women never hit her up independently. Like single women never hit her up independently and go, hey, let's find a guy and have a threesome. She says it like, and I thought to myself, you know what? You're right. Like, how many times do you know? And AJ on this show probably has some freak friends. Most of mine are married or like they're getting divorced or whatever. So they're not really back out on the prowl yet. They're all like 35. Mm-hmm. So, but then I thought that's actually fascinating. Like, how many straight women do you know? You never see two straight women on Tinder going, hey, we're looking for like a dude. And she says, if that were the case, that women would be able to pull like the hottest guy of all time. Like if it was two women, just like, hey, we really want to have a threesome with just you, that like you would have your choice of any guy. And I was like, how brilliant is this article?
Well, when I went to Corning, it was a small town right after college, and I had my roommate and I, we were best friends in college. We moved to this small town, and we decided to get on Tinder to find friends together. We were so naive. We posted pictures together, and we're like, looking for a really fun time with friends.
What were the responses?
Ready to stick this big dick inside you. Like, we were like, what? We just wanted to get drinks at the local bar. Like, what? Everybody was about it, but it was like small town, so it was like crackheads. So like it wasn't a good selection anyways, but we didn't find many friends from that. I'll tell you that much.
Well, I think this article is really...
That never happened.
It's so good and it's worth the read. And she basically is giving advice to women like, don't do it. And the women that do it are basically trying to appear sexier for their man. And
I've suggested it to Iggy and he said that I would be very jealous and it would never work out.
I mean, isn't that really? So he's not really down. Because she's basically saying most of the time she feels like it's the men pressuring the women to do it. In your relationship, you're pressuring Iggy.
Well, to appear more, not even that it's like should be more attractive, but I'm like, oh, we've been together for a while now. Things are getting a little stale. Let me bring another girl into the equation. Meanwhile, I would probably just watch. I wouldn't even like want to touch.
I'm so lazy in bed. Like, I don't want
That's
another
why you
witness.
no,
I don't. I don't.
I'm saying this girl will do all the work for you, and you're like, yeah, Dan, and you can cheer him on. What would have you
to participate? I'd be like, oh God. I'd be like,
give her
so
a little
darn-
tit feel. I know you
Okay.
like those from my dream.
Yeah.
I know you like a little tit feel. Give her a little tit feel.
God, I'm such a lazy lay. I don't want to witness. Like, I mean, I feel like Dan's not on social media, so I'm all set.
You're all set. When
But,
Paul
like-
comes in here, he's like, you are so lazy, Sarah.
Oh, I know. He always says that. Actually, we'll have
That's on
to
you for
ask him about that on, because he's the only one on the show that I believe has participated in a threesome.
Yes. Anybody back there? Interns?
Everyone's
Friends?
like, no, don't, no, we're not, no.
I know Jake has.
He's like, what? I think this is so fascinating. Totally worth the read if you're into that.
All right, Dan's not into it. My boyfriend's not into it.
So AJ, this is like your first job. Anytime, no, you always say it's not really your first job. Second job.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you this. I love this article too. Coworkers are bound to get on your nerves, and here's what the expert approved way to deal with it is. So, like in this job where you always say to me, like, oh, okay, you're really easygoing or whatever. But is there anyone here that gets on your nerves?
No, I'm a really easygoing person. Like, I can befriend anybody.
Okay, everyone here gets on mine. I just internally.
Oh, wait. Yeah. Okay, now that you mention it.
No. So of course, look, we've all worked with coworkers. Have you ever worked though with somebody that was like, it was like unbearable to work with them? Because I think this article gives terrible advice. Like, I can't imagine. Because the number one thing that they suggest not to do to basically have a better relationship with your coworkers is what I do all the time.
What do you do?
Office gossip. They say that the worst
Talk
thing.
shit about the other person.
They say if you work with somebody that you find annoying, the worst thing that you can do is have water cooler conversations and fodder about that circulating, because they say that it's bound to get back to the person, and then it's going to make things even worse for you because everything gets lost in translations. So they say stopping all office gossip is the first thing to do. Not only that, but then I thought about this too. I'm trying to, I've said this to you. My goal is to like talk less shit about people. Like, I'm trying to talk positive about everybody because life is too short, and I don't want to and really I never mean it. So I come in here and I'm like, I've had it. And then the next day I call the person. Like, it's just so it's just venting.
You're up and down. You're all over the place. Yeah, I don't know.
Anybody watching on Facebook, like, what do you do to deal with an annoying coworker? What's your advice? I'd love for you to leave a comment. They go on to say that minimize your office gossip, which I do think is great, because the other thing too is people don't want to hear you vent, which I think I know.
Go home and complain to Dan.
I do that too, but then lots of times he's like, I'm going to work late. And I think that's because he's like,
And then you're at home like, who do I talk to? You call your mom.
yeah, I do somewhat. But my mom is like, I don't know. My mom is the best because she lives in Maine, and she just hooks rugs. So she's always like, oh, you could always quit and move back here. I'm like, that's not really the solution. Like, that's not really.
She says that for every problem you have.
Yeah. I'm
Move
like,
back to Maine.
I have my own business now. Like, what am I going to do? But they go on to say get therapy, which I think is like, who can afford to do that?
First off, the other person is the person with the problem, not you. What do you have to fix?
They say check in with yourself and take some deep breaths. You may even realize that a cathartic rant really isn't as necessary as you initially thought. A career coach suggests slowing your roll and processing the specifics of the issue before you ever open your mouth, or letting your fingers type gossiping things about your coworker. This allows for a response for a clear mind if you in fact are going to confront them. And then they also say if a coworker is on your last nerve, seek help outside of work by talking to a therapist or somebody that is a neutral third party, friend or family member. Oh, Lord. I don't know. I feel like people want to hear it a little bit, but then I don't know.
Can't you confront them and say, hey, you're annoying me. Let's try to work this out, because we're going to be with each other 24/7 while we're at work. So let's try to work this out. Approach them, see what they say. If they're still a bitch.
I'm like with Penny. Penny's on here. I quit my job. I couldn't take the heavy breather anymore. Just kidding. There were other reasons, but I left. See, I agree. I probably just quit. Rosanna says it depends on the problem. I vent to some coworkers or just blow off steam. Claire says ignore them or tell your managers don't schedule you with them.
Right.
Oh, that could work too. Absolutely. I don't know. I thankfully we don't really have that problem. I don't think.
No.
You bitch. I feel like you do.
No, I literally, I really try to get along with everybody. I don't have many problems. If I do, I would just like suppress it and like tell my mom and then get over it.
Oh, that's good advice. Yeah. By the way, your parents celebrated. How many years have they been married?
34 years.
Bring up these pictures. I want to see these pictures. I love this. So you were also over the weekend with them, right? And, and they were having a anniversary party?
Yeah, so I live at home with my grandma, my mom, and my dad. It's like a really lit home situation. We get drunk off of wine pretty much every night together. And yeah, I took them out to dinner for their 34th wedding anniversary.
Oh, look at them. They're so cute.
Yeah, so my dad, I put this picture up and everybody's like, why does your dad look the same as he did 20 years ago?
Yeah, your dad looks really young.
Yeah, and so, yeah, my mom and I share the same clothes. She has a jacket on that I'm wearing literally right now.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, they're super cute. We went to our favorite restaurant and got them the little flan, and they're super cute. They were high school sweethearts. They met when she was lost in the hallway. Is this not like a movie? I know,
they really are. I can't believe that they've had such a great, I mean, everybody has their highs and lows, but they've had such a great marriage for so long. That's amazing.
I know. 2 kids later, my brother's getting married soon, so we're doing that. And yeah,
they're
really good.
So adorable.
I know. And my mom can't see very well. She's legally blind now, and my dad has been the biggest supporter. I've never seen a couple be so strong. Like when somebody's sick, I'm always like, okay, if I end up with somebody, are they going to be like how my dad is with my mom? That's like my biggest worry.
I know. He seems like so patient with her that he just like does
He's
whatever.
so passive. I don't even think anything goes in his head. I think he's just like a happy person.
Yes.
Nothing bothers him. It's crazy. So yeah, we had a really nice little weekend.
Oh my God.
They're great. They're great.
So cute. When you weren't out doing the pumpkin stuff.
Right, then I went to go see a pumpkin patch.
We have to talk about this because I'm very, very excited, but not this Thursday, but the following. We are going to Betches. If you aren't familiar with Betches, you need to be following them on social media. First of all, you can follow the Betches account, and then we're actually going to be, I'm going to be hosting their book signing at 6 and I. Tickets are still available. Later today at heyfrase.com, the invitation will be up there. But they're doing their latest book signing. And AJ, you're like the biggest fan, right?
I am the biggest Betches fan. I've applied to work there a million times. Don't tell Sarah. And it's like my dream job. They're like the empire of Fempire. Like they do everything. They write books, they do podcasts, they do funny videos, they do impression videos. I will shit my pants when we go meet them. I won't even be able to like get my book signed because I'll be like, hi, I'm like the biggest fan ever and I've applied. And one time they had a competition for the best Kardashian impression. I won that.
You did?
I'm going to bring it up to them and be like, remember? But they do this all the time. They do like tons of competitions all the time. So they won't even remember me. And I like comment on all their videos, their Instagram. I follow all of them on Instagram. I'm a stalker, so.
Well, it's happening October 25th, 7 to 8:30 p.m., 6 and I, on my events page right there, or you can go to ticketfly.com and get tickets to their book signing. The co-founders, of course, are the multimedia phenomenon Betches Media and the New York Times best-selling authors of Nice is Just a Place in France. And I Had a Nice Time and Other Lies offer an unapologetically honest and humorous take on how to be successful in your career in When is Happy Hour. Work hard so you can hardly work. I can't wait. I followed their account for years, so I haven't followed them individually until I met you, AJ, and then saw, like you were just telling me how big a fan you are of the women personally, but they've created an amazing empire. So definitely come and see us next Thursday night. And by the way, I also got a message about that apparently Fempire, that we're not supposed to use that term. The Lady Gang podcast, which I'm sure a lot of people listen to that podcast. Oh my God. And by the way, that just reminded me we need to discuss Riverdale.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Okay, so a lot of people, though, messaged me after Danny was on last week, and she was saying you're building a Fempire.
Yes.
The Lady Gang podcast initially started out as the Fempire podcast, but somebody owns the trademark and specifically goes around and listens and looks for when you use that hashtag and shuts you down. Yeah, I didn't know that either. I don't. I guess that's apparently true because
wouldn't that just be free publicity for them? Like, go check out Fempire. Or they're just being like, that's our term. You can't have it.
I have no idea. That's
ridiculous.
I know. I never heard that.
If you're a Fempire, you should be supporting other women. Hello.
Apparently, they want to put Fempire on merchandise, which is why they don't.
Okay, you don't see us putting Fempire on a shirt. We just said the word.
I know. I think it would be if we started to brand something as Fempire, that they'd have an issue with that, I think. Okay, so the other thing is, you guys watching and listening, I'm fascinated how many people watch Riverdale. I had heard of this show through Leslie and AJ, never watched it. And then I heard it was on the CW. I was like, I just feel like when I hear CW, like nothing against them, but I'm like, I'm trying to think of what other show I've ever watched on CW.
Was Charmed? Or that was on something else.
When was that? 10 years ago?
Yes, it was a long time ago, but I'm just saying.
Well, then the other night on Netflix, I'm scrolling through Netflix and Riverdale pops up and I'm like, oh my God, all right, let's watch this. Dan and I start watching it. I'm hooked. It's so good.
Okay, one, it's like very much a female-oriented show, and the fact that you got Dan to watch it, like, is so impressive to me. Because normally boyfriends would be like, no,
Well, he
please,
loves
no.
television and he loves pop culture. He
Really?
does.
Dan?
Oh, yeah. He's a closeted, he pretends like he just loves soccer all the time, but he's obsessed with pop culture. Oh my
Oh,
God.
okay.
Believe me. And forget it. Star Wars, Marvel, DC, comics. Oh Lord, he could have a whole fucking, oh my God. He would do a spreadsheet of the universes and Thor and Thor's hammer and where Thor puts his hammer and
I'm
who
surprised
lives.
me and Dan aren't best friends because I do all the same.
You
all the
really?
same stuff. Absolutely.
You like craft beer.
Yes.
Well, you guys should be best
Yeah,
buds.
you guys should start hanging out because he lives for, and he and his buddy go to all the DC and Marvel movies. I don't go.
I have
to
my
any of
own
them.
group of friends that do that as well. So yeah, we could have like a party.
He would love that. I just for the first time watched Black Panther, which was really, really good. And I'm thankful because I'm not into any of this. I don't like. I tried to watch, I guess Thor or something. Is Thor a movie?
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah, I couldn't stand it. But like when they were like alien or beaming up their dad or their dad had died and he'd come. I was like, okay, I can't even. And then they were flying through the universes. I was like, I'm so over this crap. Anyway,
I'm over it.
Riverdale is so good.
Okay, so I want to know what your initial thought. How many episodes did you watch? Because it's now on season 3.
I think we're on episode 4, season 1, episode 4.
Okay, and there's a lot of episodes actually in the seasons, right?
Really?
I think there are.
I haven't even looked. We just we've been introduced. We know Archie. We've been and Betty and
Jughead and Veronica.
Jughead and Veronica. And basically, it's Veronica has just moved to town with her mom, and they're figuring out that the kid that was went missing was actually shot. Spoiler alert.
Great. You
so
guys should all
good.
watch it. It's really, really funny. My idea was to have a post show called Riverdale High, where Sarah and I get really high and baked, and then we just like redo the show and tell you what you missed. But Sarah's like, I don't think that would be a good look for sponsors. And I was like, yeah, but we would have a lot of fun.
Dr. Mintz would be down. We could transfer his sponsorship over to that one for
Just like,
sure.
do you want to sponsor our Riverdale High show?
Absolutely.
I'm down.
I think we should do a recap though, because I love the show.
It's really good. If you guys haven't watched it, watch it, and we can all talk about it together. The thing we need to know is if you're Team Jughead or Team Archie. And Leslie was always Team Jughead, who looks like a crackhead, and then I was always Team Archie.
The guy looks like he's got the flu the entire time. I'm like, give this guy a tissue. My God, he looks ill.
Yeah, he doesn't look like a crackhead. That was a bit harsh. It's Cole Sprouse or Dylan Sprouse. I don't know. They're twins. I don't know which one it is. Anybody?
Oh, I don't know either.
Why does Jake look so confused back there? Intern Jake.
I guess maybe he's never. Hey, Jake, do you want to come in here and get on this microphone? Tell us if you watch Riverdale. First of all,
Simona, do you watch Riverdale?
Luke Perry.
Sort of.
She just started.
Oh
Watching
yes, you just
Riverdale.
started. Yes.
Oh, Simone, you're going to be. We
Then you were like, no. Okay.
Jake,
Got bored. Okay.
get right on this mic. Jake is our new intern, by the way.
I've seen every episode of the show.
You
Of Riverdale?
Yes.
Why?
My friend Chris was like, guys, I watched the show. It's a train wreck, but it's great. So then I came home one day and my brother was watching.
Your brother watches it too?
And of course I sat down and was like, oh, you're watching Riverdale? Let me see. And I couldn't stop watching.
Oh my God, Riverdale is like the best, and it's kind of like
I'm so surprised you watched this.
this show is like I can't believe this show isn't bigger than what it is.
Yeah.
Are like people really talking about this everywhere else, and I'm just super late to the game?
I find a lot of people are always posting about it, always talking about it. It's probably because who do you think is hot on the show? We got to talk about this.
I mean, Lily Reinhart. But
Blonde
Which
one.
one's she,
Yeah.
Betty?
Oh
Yeah.
wow, I'm
Betty?
surprised you don't like the redhead.
No.
She's stunning.
Yeah, but she's so
Her
crazy.
personality, yeah, I don't know. A lot goes into it.
Oh, okay. Oh, he's like a personality type. Okay.
So my question to you guys, so I'm only on season 1, like episode 4. And by the way, for people watching who are in their 30s, Luke Perry plays Archie's dad. And I was like, why didn't you tell me? Okay, Luke Perry was my teenage crush. Like, we used to watch 90210 was like the jam when I was in high school. I mean, like in early 2000s. They were like wrapping it up. Did you ever know that show?
Yeah, I know that show.
90210? Did you ever watch it?
No.
Okay.
was Luke Perry like
Luke Perry was the hottest thing ever. He was like 38 years old and he was playing a 17-year-old. It was amazing. Yeah, he was very, very mature.
And that's one thing about the
They all
show
were.
is that obviously these are not teenage high schoolers. Like they're way too hot to be.
But they look young, though. They look closer
do.
than 90210 when
They're
they
supposed to be in like 10th grade in the show. There's
Right.
no way that they're in 10th grade and then act the way they do.
Archie really developed over the summer. I'll just say that. I'll just say that.
What happened? So do we? Is a lot answered by season 3?
Oh
Like,
my!
of all
So
the-
much shit happens.
Okay,
right?
so much.
Yeah, I mean, season 1, you watch that and you're like, oh, I just need to watch more. Of course, when
Right.
I was watching it, it was airing on TV and you had to pay for it on demand, which I wasn't going to do.
Oh, you got it early. Okay.
So then it got on Netflix and then I binged it in like 2 days. And
Oh my god, I love. Well, it's really good.
and now you're watching season 3 as it's airing on CW.
oh, I didn't even know season 3 started. Shows how much of a fan I am, but you know.
Well, hey, I binged it too on Netflix, and so now the 3rd episode is going to be out on every Wednesday night. So this week, 3rd episode. So I haven't even watched the other 2 episodes of season 3. Anyway,
Okay, well, thank you for that, Jake.
Oh, you're welcome.
Now we know a lot of people are fans. Anyway, I'm going to be watching, and I'm going to have questions. We're going to have to come in. And so they just started season 3?
just started season 3. We can jump on the bandwagon.
All right, I
we
gotta
have to
get
watch
caught
the
up.
2 episodes. You got to watch with Dan, the 1st and 2nd episode, and then this week is episode 3.
Okay, we will. We end Monday's show every single Monday with Pineapple Mail. Pineapple Mail is all of your advice questions, your feedback for the show. By the way, thank you. You got us to over 400 reviews on iTunes.
Love it.
Excuse me, that's amazing. Go to iTunes today, hit 5 stars, tell us what you love. I have a really funny one actually about Paul that I really need to read because it's.
Wait. Oh my God, read it. I'm so excited.
Oh, well, he's going to hate it. It's like so, like people, the best part about our iTunes reviews are they are like brutally honest. And then
Yeah.
people go in like for a whole thing about how they feel. Okay, wait. We have 413 ratings or reviews. I kind of want us to get to like 1,000. But anyway,
we can get there. We can get there, guys. Tell your friends, tell your mother, tell your father.
please, we just got recently 5 stars. They keep me laughing through my workouts. I love this show. Oh, we got 3 stars. Is it just me, or is Paul seeming more entitled and too good for his own you-know-what lately? The all too frequent name dropping, place/hotel bragging puts him out of touch with real life. It's getting old. Same story, different day. Oh my God, there you go.
I support any reviews as long as they're not about me. So I love this one.
Then I love this. Then someone gives us 4 stars, but they go on, she makes my day. So entertaining. My favorite part is when they talk about everyday stuff. They're open about sex and relationship topics. I love it all. I also love when Paul and the producer are included. So you use love 4 times, but you only give us 4 stars. How
have-
about you hit 5? If you love like what?
They're
Come
picky.
on,
They're
like,
not giving you the
what?
full 5. 5 is like fantastic. That's like I'm obsessed with your show. They just love it. 4 stars.
Anyway, be sure to go to iTunes and leave people feel like 2 stars.
Say whatever you want. Be honest. Shoot me down.
No.
As long as we get reviews.
All right, we have a lot of pineapple mail to get to. As I mentioned, Sarah, SAREH at heyfrase.com. This one is from Megan. She wrote a while back, and she said, I've been a long-time fan, and you really inspire me. I love that you're doing what you love. I'm in the middle of a sort of crisis myself, some health issues to keep me grounded and not take things for granted, and the realization that it's time for me to leave my job. But what do I do now? I took this job when I was exiting an industry I was weary of, and the company is just not for me. Time to regroup and move on. I hope to one day understand what I am passionate about and what makes me tick. Keep rocking. So fast forward until today, she goes, hey, Sarah, I wanted to pop back in. I quit that job that wasn't taking me anywhere, and now I'm doing something that I truly love, supporting a mission I am passionate about and growing in so many ways. Most importantly, I'm happy. I wanted to thank you for being an inspiration and living your dream. I was like, oh my God, that's awesome. Also, Sarah, this is an email. A friend of mine and I have recently bonded over our love for your show. It was her birthday this past weekend, and I know that she'd love to hear her name on the podcast. Can you please wish Maggie Long and a very happy birthday during this week's Pineapple Mail segment? She'll know who it's from. Keep up the great work. We love the show. Can't wait to attend the next live show. Aw.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. And then, by the way, we were talking about Chrissy that everybody thought was my relationship about
Yes.
the woman.
That's so juicy.
Well, I got a message about that from a woman who was very emotionally taken back. Hold on. I'm going to bring this up because I want to read this one. She says that story really stuck with her. So,
Oh.
stand by.
and bye. Meanwhile, I have to pee like real bad.
Oh my God. Hold it in one more second. Jess writes to the show. The episode with Chrissy really hit me hard because I went through my first heartbreak recently. However, my situation is different from her point of view. I'm 38 years old. My boyfriend of 2.5 years broke up with me officially 6 months ago. I loved him with all my heart. I have never loved someone that much. I was married before and never felt that type of love. I literally cried a couple of times during sex because I loved him so much and I felt that he loved me back. He was married before for 14 years and met me about 1.5 years after separation. I knew it was too early for him to get into a relationship so soon. I had 3 years after my divorce before I was ready. He also has 2 kids. Long story short, he broke up with me because he didn't know himself and needed to be alone. Again, I'm 38 and it's my first heartbreak. My heart hurts so much. I can feel all the pieces every day. I still cry and I want him back. The pain is unbearable most days. I think about him when I wake up and every night. I struggle with not reaching out, but it's all I want to do. I want to see him. I want to hold him again. I want to kiss him on the forehead, to look into his eyes and tell me that he loves me again. The advice I'm asking for is, when does it get better? Everyone I've talked to has told me that it will get better, but they went through heartbreak as young adults. Does it get easier, or is it easier for people in their 20s and 30s? So my news is that I think it's going to take a long time. Like, if you're that in love with someone, I don't think 6 months. I think it's going to be like 1 year or 2 years. And I was telling you this, AJ, like, I dated a guy in high school and into college who broke up with me. And it was like, because it just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So it took me probably 2 years to get over it because your ego gets in the way and you think, what did I do wrong? And then you see him moving on and he went to college and dated a bunch of people. Then we came back to our small town and would see each other. It was basically Riverdale without the murder. And so it's really hard. I think like your heartbreak is going to take 1 year or 2. Like, I think it takes a long time.
I definitely do too, but it also seems like you may have a future. I mean, like, he just needs to see who he is and learn a little bit more about himself. So I feel like once he does that, there could definitely be some type of reconnection. And if you guys loved each other that passionately, I feel like...
No, but he doesn't love her. Like, he broke it off with her, much like Chrissy's situation. Like, doesn't speak to her, doesn't call her, wants nothing to do with her. Like, he's completely out. That's so hard.
That's really, really hard. And I feel like it will only get better with time. I mean, it sounds so cliche, but that's really what it is. And just meeting new people.
Yes. And we get so attached to outcomes. I think that you have to look at it like this. Hey, you're 38. Her profile picture, she's adorable. You've got a lot to give somebody. I would thank God for what you have. The past is the past. And look, you don't want to be with someone that isn't going to show up for you. If he got cold feet, it's like with Chrissy. He gave you all the signs. So read them. I love that saying, when people show you their true colors, like, believe them. So he doesn't want to be with you like, hey, it was a gift what you had. Some people never even find love.
So true.
Be grateful you experienced it. And there's somebody better for you that's going to stick around. So I think you've got to kind of get yourself up every day and realize, look, it gets better. There's 1 million people out there.
Like a gazillion.
And there's someone even better for you that's going to show up, that's going to call, that's going to text you back. That's why I don't play texting games. I don't have time. Well, I mean, I already have a man. But it's like, you know what? If you're not going to text me back, fuck off. I've moved on to the other 400,000 people that are on Tinder. Really? And
Tinder is a really good way to get over it.
Working on your self-worth. Being single is a great time for you to go get out of your comfort zone. Go to a movie by yourself. Go to dinner by yourself.
You know what you should do? And every time somebody goes through anything like heartbreaking, I always recommend this. Take a trip by yourself. Go somewhere that you've never been before. You will learn a lot about yourself as a person, and you will come back a better person, and she will feel so much better. I guarantee it.
Luis, I think that's so good. Yeah. That's great advice.
She has to go by herself. Someplace, if it's out of the country, even better. But anywhere she's never been, where she meets new people, where she's forced to interact with people she's never met before, she will come back a completely better person. Guaranteed.
Ooh, good advice. All right, you guys, you can always email the show, Sarah, SARAH at heyfrase.com. We are out of here. We will see you on Wednesday. Paul Wharton will be here. Bye, everybody!